Hello, hello, happy Thursday. Okay, come on, YouTube. I can't remember my trick way, but hopefully, here we go. It worked. Hey, y'all, I am later than I was even yesterday. Let me tell you what had happened. I was playing with this Sizzix machine that I just got. Listen, y'all, I don't even know. I was put on this PR team. I'm grateful, but I've never used a Sizzix machine before, so I've been sitting up here like, what does this do? And why all these little things and pieces? Oh my gosh. So I am very creative, very creative. But I feel like messing around with a whole lot of little things is not my ministry. I need like, let me slap the stickers down, some washi tape. I'll use some paint. When I had all these little teeny tiny dies, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. This is not my ministry, y'all. I will say it has created and done some cool things already. I can't share it yet. It's not time for launching that, but oh gosh, if you see tonight that my fingers have little blisters on them or glue hanging off of them, it's because I was opening these packages that cut my hands. Like I just was like, oh my gosh, let me do something else for a few minutes. So that's why I got on here. Um, hey Esther. Oh gosh, the beautiful side. I will say, I do like the possibilities of what's possible with this machine. I had to read a lot of stuff online and just like acclimate myself to this machine, but I'm excited about it. Low key, high key, trying to figure out if this is going to turn into a machine. Listen, I need to make sure I use the machine. Is essentially what I'm getting ready to say. I feel like because all those pieces are so little and stuff, I might just be like, let me put that in the closet. But no, in real life, I like it so far. So, hey, Deborah. Oh, it's so good to see you, dear, here. Okay, y'all. So I think I got some fun stuff to share with you tonight. And I realized that I really only have one more little mini haul to share with you all. I'm glad Jana's not here to tease me about all the stuff I bought. But let me tell y'all something. It's just all I can see is Esther and Deborah here. Y'all already know anybody outside of Japan goes and visit Japan, they're gonna want to bring some stuff home, right? Like we ain't crazy. And I have no regrets. Listen, so tonight I'm going to share with you my books, pens, and patches. I did have this broken down into two different little mini hauls, but uh, I didn't feel like the books was going to be long enough of a video, so I said I'll just combine these two, and then tomorrow I think I'll do my kind of last one. Listen, Esther, they don't understand, and then they're gonna get their eyes wide open and be like, "Oh my goodness, yeah," and then you won't come back with a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna start with the book stuff. So I read a lot. As a matter of fact, I just finished a book yesterday. And I do a mixture of audiobooks and physical books. Always have one of each going simultaneously. And I read whichever one is convenient for me. So when I'm in the gym, I'm listening on audio. When I'm out and about and I got downtime, I pull out my physical book. It's just a matter of, and it also matters where I am in the story, because if it's like at the climax or it's getting real good, then um, I will focus a little heavier on that book until I finish it. And so, what I wanted to share with you here is the bookmarks that I got. Which bookmarks in Japan, they sell a lot of these like uh, gold print bookmarks. I wouldn't even call them. They're imprinted. And last year I bought a bunch. As a matter of fact, I have them near me. These are the ones I got last year, y'all. Look, and don't judge me that they still in the package. I didn't buy these to use for real. I bought them to look at. So I actually put one in my journal. I can show you that. Thought it was such a nice touch, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep doing that. I didn't want to bulk up this already bulked up book. But here is one of the bookmarks here. I don't remember how I attached it. I think I stapled it. Yep, I stapled it right here, and it became a part of the page. So anyways, I really like these little gold bookmarks, and when I find some when I go that I don't have, I pick them up. So I got this butterfly. I actually got two. That was supposed to be for somebody. But this little golden butterfly from an angle. I really like that. I love birds. And I like that this one was black. It didn't have the gold coloring. So I got that. Got Mount Fuji for commemoration of that. And then this one is also a Mount Fuji feature. So I got those two. And then this one, what is this? Oh, this is the Inari Gates, Torii Gates. It's the 1,000 gates, red, really tall red gates, and there are also some really small ones, but people don't often do their Instagram videos based on the small ones. They like the big ones, but there are some really small ones. Went there, got that, and then these are just regular bookmarks, like, you know, a traditional bookmark, but they're very thin wood, like flexible wood. It's really cool. This one features Osaka, and this one features the Inari Torii Gates. So I got those two. Also, I thought about just using these for my journaling, but I don't know. I might hoard these two like I did the other ones from last year. And then y'all know why I got her. I'm loving these little dolls. Last night, if you missed it, I shared my Kokeshi dolls, specifically the brand Kimi dolls, and I set them up right after that live, and I'm so pleased. I'll share that soon. They have a home in my craft room now, and so I got these three. They were different. All I saw was Tokyo and bookmarks. And I was like, oh, I'm getting that. I figured there were multiples in the package, so I'm actually seeing these for the first time alongside y'all. So here they go, y'all. They're like they are cardstock. They feel a little bit like watercolor paper. This is Sensoji. Well, yeah. Yep. Sensoji Temple. So the whole area, I guess, is labeled that, but it's in Asakusa. And I took my kimono pictures in front of this one, if you saw them. And then this one is this Rainbow Bridge. No, this is the Sumida River. Actually, I don't know what bridge that is. But this is a beautiful watercoloring rendition of that. And then this is the skyline of Tokyo with Mount Fuji in the background. Yep. That is, wow. These are good sketchnoting ideas for next year too. So it looks like there's 6. I don't know why I thought there were 5. But listen, who's mad? Not me. This looks like Shibuya Crossing, Ginza, yes. Oh my gosh. And it says in the rainy twilight. That's all we know is the rainy twilight. And then this one is, Tokyo Station. Okay, it's late autumn at Tokyo Station. I've never been to Japan in autumn. That's one of my goals also. And I believe this is Tokyo Tower. Yep. This is Tokyo Tower behind the temple. And those are the ones that came in the Wonderful Views in Tokyo bookmark box. And then I also have Japanese scenes. So if you remember a couple of nights ago, I was telling you there's some there's some well-known art in Japan, like it's famous. And so I guessed when I picked this out that it was probably featuring that type of art. Yes. So this is Mount Fuji, there's a piece of art where it was featured as red, a reddish color. I also bought a fan that looks like that, but I didn't share it. I don't know why. This is a piece of the painting that I know to be like one of the most famous pieces of art. It's called The Great Wave of Kanagawa. And they spelled "of" wrong down here. You see they put "off." That's okay though. Oh, speaking of which, I showed y'all something the other night that once I ended the live, I went back and read the English on there, and y'all, it was not coherent. I was like, oh my goodness, I should have shared that because I had just talked to you all about how sometimes they just put words together because they like our language, kind of like how we do theirs, and that was just an example that I came across. This is Sensoji again, or Asakusa. What is that image on the back? Okay, but it looks like it's at a snowy time of year, which is cool. I will not see Japan when it snows unless I move there because This is called Nihon Bashi. I've never seen this piece of art before, but it is beautiful. This is called Hakone Pass. This is that area that pattern is from that Hello Kitty Kokeshi doll I showed y'all. And then this is called Evening Snow in Kambara. And looks like there's just some general mountains behind there. I've never seen this piece of art either. They're all beautiful. They all have the same I think these are they all winter for? No, they're just Japanese scenes. So I thought maybe that was the reason for the blue bookmarks tabs. Okay, and this one is called Kyo Maiko Bookmarks, and I'm guessing that has something to do with Japanese ladies or geishas. I am excited to see these because I just love those little dolls and women. Listen. Okay, here's the first one. I'm going to have to read y'all the back because all I can do is look at the front with y'all. This says, Kyo Maiko represents the beautiful Kyoto and leads the traditional Japanese life, beautiful hairstyle, clothing, impressive performance, and so on. They remind you of elegant Japan in old times. Oh, I like that. I didn't realize this was Kyoto focused. And they say the same thing on the back. So I guess all of them are the same. Oh, wow. These are beautiful. And it's different seasons. So you can see this is more like a, maybe a spring, summer. And then this one's cherry blossom season, springtime. This one looks like a summertime. This one looks a little wintry. Looks like cherry blossoms behind her, and this one looks snowy. So this is cool. I'm glad I got this. She's the only one that's showing her face. Everybody else, we only see their hair, which, by the way, is absolutely beautiful. Put her in the front, because she was like, here I am, y'all. Okay, so those are the bookmarks I got this year, because I need 1,000,000 bookmarks, y'all. Listen. And watch me. I'll 2 books at a time, and one of them's not even physical. Listen, it doesn't matter. I'll buy a bookmark. I've been buying bookmarks like crazy all my life. I'm an English teacher. That's what we do. I'm not ashamed. Okay, so the other part of this that I want to show you before we get into the pens and patches is some of the actual books I got. And some of them are not like a book you read, but they were book form, so I put them in the book stack. I got this from, oh gosh, I can't remember which store it was. One of those stores that sells a lot of pens and stuff. And I only picked this up because it wasn't expensive. I had no idea what I was going to use it for, but I also was thinking that I could use it to hold stickers and some of these other little things that I got from Japan. I also, by the time I purchased this, I think I had also purchased a bunch of postcards from travelers. And so I was like, maybe I could use that to display those things, I didn't know. I also considered printing photos. So, of course, the possibilities are endless, but this essentially is a photo album. I also liked it because it was clear and rose gold hardware on the inside, and I believe these are 4x6, but y'all know they do things in different sizes, but this looks a little 4x6y. But I'll find out for sure once I start using them. I think I tried one of my traveler's postcards and I think it was a little too big, so I'll use it for other things. But now I have it and I am excited about it. It's so pretty. I love rose gold hardware. And then I also got, thanks to Esther and her daughter, I wasn't going to buy this. But guess what, y'all? Here goes another one of those testimonies where somebody come with something. They like, oh, but look what it does. And look at the inside. And look at this. And you're like, oh, can you get me one? So this is actually a stamp book. But technically, you can use it for whatever you want. So it is accordion style. And I think, Esther, did your daughter start using her book yet? If you are still here, I just wanted to know if she pulled this out and got to work yet. It essentially, you can see here, I wanted to use it for journaling. But more people than not use it for the stamping. But you can see here, it says travel diary also. So here's how it looks on the inside. And y'all know Japanese people, they open their stuff from the right. This is how their books are open. And so this is what the inside looks like. It's all accordion style. Several pages for you to document whatever you want. A trip, an experience, just traditional journaling. Maybe you want to do some watercoloring, drawing. And then you got the opposite side too. You don't have to only use one side. So I like this because it features Tokyo symbols on the front. Really Japan, not just Tokyo. But I see a lot more Tokyo stuff than not. And yeah, I got enabled. Thanks to Alice. That's right. Alice was the one that found these. But your daughter was the one that sold it to me, Esther. And she came over there. Did you see? And look. And I was like, girl, ooh, walk away from me. I was not going to get that. But listen, here I am. And you know something else, Esther? I thought about using this for documenting the trip. But I have stuff like very long plane tickets and stuff. So I said, nah, I better stick to my travelers. So I think I might. And I just backed Kyla from Rainbow Holic on her Kickstarter, so I'm about to get some more stamp books. I need to stamp stuff like crazy over the next year or so, right? But I think what I'll use this book for is creating examples for the sketchnoting class. That's what I think I'll use it for. But listen, don't hold me to it because you might see, I don't know, got my 20-year wedding anniversary coming up. Might be me and my husband in there. I don't know. And then look, y'all, another stamp book. I got this from Rainbow Holic. No, I didn't. No, I did not. I got this from a bookstore because Rainbow Holic was out of this one, which is the one I wanted. But I did get my red one from her that you've seen me share a couple of times on here. I've already stamped in. This is the one I got from Rainbow Holic. But she had this one and also a green one, and this one sold out. I wanted this one because it had the trains and planes on the cover, which is, like a big deal for us. That's how we traveled and all that. But I settled for this one because it has little trains on the bottom. So, but anyways, now I have two. Y'all, I gotta go somewhere and stamp. Y'all, buy stamps. So when we see each other in real life, I can just stamp my book. We need this stamp culture in America. Because listen, why I got all these stamp books and nobody's stamping over here on this ground? Ooh, child. So I'm trying to do my best to introduce that to my Patreon community. I got a class I'm uploading this weekend where they get access to a printable that has all my stamps from the trip. and then they can print them out and create the look of those stamps in their own notebooks or journals or whatever. And I was thinking about how people gave a lot of advice online around um, take sticker paper and stamp on that so you can use it how you want when you get home. So see, the only difference is it's not the actual ink on the stamp. They just print the ink through the computer. So I'm excited about it because I also can use my own stamps again. Isn't that cool? I'll use them in my journaling. So I bought, what did I buy? What was it? I bought a stamp from a bookstore. Where did I put that stamp? Now I'm thinking about it. Lord have mercy. Let me see if it's in here real quick. Child. I bought this really cute stamp from this bookstore. It is somewhere. It's inside some magazine or some book or something. I might actually have all my days sorted with all the memorabilia for each day in a space. Like it's already all sorted. It's just waiting on me to cut, glue, and journal. And so I think it's there. But when I bought that stamp from the bookstore, they gave me this free Goshuin stamp book. So I got this one too, y'all. And this is just a basic, turn the page stamp book. Not super fancy, but in case you didn't know, temple stamps cannot be, or not cannot, but they do not stamp temple stamps or offer you temple stamps inside of a book where you're collecting Eki stamps or stamps from shops. So if you have a book that looks like this with like a Tokyo Sky Tree, Rainbow Holic, that kind of stuff in there, and you go to Sensoji Temple and try to get them to do a stamp there, they won't do it. It's considered sacred to them, and they want it to have its own home. So you should have a book just for temples if you decide to collect those. There are people, I'm in a Facebook group where people literally are trying to collect every temple stamp in Japan. I think it's very inspiring. So I follow their journey because that's not mine. Praise the Lord. I'm okay with, collecting them because it's memorabilia of my experience of being there, but I don't need to try to find every temple in Japan because Japan is long, y'all. It's like a tall person. You like, gosh, where you get that fabric from for your outfit? I'm sure people think that about me sometimes. So I don't want to do the span of Japan and trying to find every temple for a stamp. So anyways, we went to, Esther, listen, and I'm glad I shared that and you heard that. So if you return, it's a thing. They get it's almost offensive to them. Like, you should see how people react in the group when people get upset that they couldn't get the stamp or something like that. They'll post, why couldn't I stamp in this book? Why didn't they let? And they go, you should have learned about the culture before you got, like, it's a thing. As a matter of fact, how did I help one of our, let me see, wait a minute, let me think, what happened? Somebody on our trip was somebody said something to them around, oh, you can get a stamp at this place or whatever, and they got ready. I saw them getting ready to pull out their regular stamp book, and I said, no, leave that in your bag. And they looked at me like, what I do? I said, let them put the stamp on a separate sheet of paper and give it to you. And she said, okay, I'll take it on a sheet of paper. And we had a pleasant experience. And then when we walked away, I said, girl, you can't. Can I hand them that Rainbow Holic stamp book for that stamp? So she thanked me because she didn't know. Let me see. Several of the accordion books are used for temples because of the side. Yeah, yes, they are, Deborah, but also because they have to be exclusive. They will not give you a stamp at a temple inside of a book that has stamps from other places in Japan. Like, it's a big no-no. Y'all should look that up if you ever decide to go back, because I think there should be like a little mini introductory class on what to do and what not to do in Japan for visitors, because I've had this conversation with my Japanese teacher, And she's very understanding, so she's not one that's anti tourists. But there are some Japanese people who don't even want to see anybody non-Japanese in their country. So especially in the smaller little villages. And so I talked to her about that. I said, you know, I understand that they Japanese people can get offended when these things happen in their country. I said, but no one tells them. Like, and as much as, you know, Japanese people would like them to know or learn not to do those things, I think it would be helpful if they don't have signs around to have something offered, even maybe even just a video playing in the airports when you stand in that long immigration line that says, when you come to Japan, please don't do these things. Make sure you do these things, you know, that kind of thing. And she agreed with me. She said she thought that her country should do a better job of, you know, letting outsiders, foreigners, and tourists know what their expectations are, because while people should do their research, we know humans don't always, and we can't put our expectations on everybody else, right? So, child, I just try to learn what I can because I don't want no smoke. So, back to this haul. I picked up this notebook, and let me tell you why. No reason at all. I just thought it was cute. And it had these little squares inside. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to get this little notebook. And it was only, oh, shucks. The sticker is not on here, but it was really inexpensive. It might have been, 2,000 yen, maybe $15 for this book. And it covers a whole year. So I picked it up just because I thought I could play around with it and use it for whatever purposes I wanted. So nothing special about it, y'all. It's just a cute little notebook that was inexpensive. Let me see. Ooh, Queen, maybe you can make that video for them. Deborah, if they hired me, girl, I would get everybody together. Praise the Lord. But I don't know if they ready for my personality. They like calm and quiet people. I ain't calm and quiet. So I would have to practice that. Let me see. Yes, or even on their Visit Japan website. Yeah, like just have it running, Esther. While people, I mean, literally people are just standing in that long line in immigration. When they get to the airport, it moves, but you're still standing and winding all through several rows of that line. And so that's a good time to be educated on that. Speaking of being educated, y'all know I'm taking classes, but I still purchase outside materials sometimes when I find it. I especially want to get something from Japan. And so, y'all, I have to start small. So these books are going to look like children's books. Praise the Lord. I am a child in this language. So the same way we buy children who are learning how to read those books that spell out cat, bat, hat, all that. Yeah, that's what I need in Japanese right now. So I'm just giving you that little FYI just in case you're like, why she got that little book? I found a book that I could read at this bookstore actually. But when I tell y'all, those sentences were so short and the pictures were so big, it was a children's book for sure. And so, anyways, I had seen some of these books online where people like praise them for how they help them learn different things. And so I just picked up the ones that, after looking through them, I thought I could learn from. So I got my first kanji book, and then I also got Handy Japanese Conversations, Master Phrases Through Manga. I do like manga. I don't read the hardcore manga. Like, I'm not deep, but Attack on Titan, Sailor Moon. I know the basic people, and I'm not into manga real deep, but I do like reading conversations in Japanese. I feel like it's helpful with retention of how to respond to people. So I picked up this one. And then my last two books, this one, I only got this because I loved how it looked. It's called Storefront Coloring Book. I have no intentions of actually coloring in this book, but I love how there is a drawing on the right of what was painted on the left. And so my anticipation is like using this as inspiration. Plus, there's a lot of Japanese storefronts in here, and you know, we want to be drawing some places that look like this next year. So I wanted just to get this for inspiration. It's by Urban Anna. I have no idea what she looks like. This book was only 1,500 yen, which is not a lot. And so, yep, I added it to my collection of art books. One of the things I teach my patrons is if you're going to be an artist, a true artist, and you have to continuously learn about your craft. Just like we go to school to learn about what we want to be an expert in, whether it's education, nursing, legal stuff, whatever it is that we're learning about. We purchase books in college or even in school to further our learning. I said even as adults, when we have an interest or a hobby or a passion, we should still be learning, always learning about what it is that we're interested in, even if we consider ourselves an expert. So they have every month I do a flip through of an art book that I own, to give them some inspiration on some books that they could purchase for themselves. And I love it because it also re-inspires me on why I purchase a lot of those books. Sometimes I don't look at those books, all of them, for a while, because I have a lot. And you know, flipping through them for my patrons is helpful. So this is the last book I'm gonna share with y'all, and I think it was Alice. She said she wanted to see this book before we left, and y'all know we just kept going, and everybody left at the end of that first week, so she never got the opportunity to look at this. So I hope she sees at least this little share of this. So we went to the same bookstore where I got the stamp, and I saw this book. It was actually wrapped in clear, you know, plastic, so I could not look at the inside. But I looked at the front and the back, and I said, oh my gosh, this book is beautiful on the outside. So I like flowers. And then it says here, The World of Princesses and Heroines by Makoto Takahashi. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I want to see the inside of this book so bad. So I was walking around with this book in my hand, and I was like, y'all, I don't know if I should buy this book, but I really want to look at it. And everybody was like, well, just, how much is it? Just buy it. So I actually don't remember how much it was. Oh, it was 4,000 yen. So what's that? About maybe almost $30. I mean, not a huge lift, but you know, it was a little pricey for a book, I guess. But I mean, it's a large book, and it's full color, beautiful images of this person's art. And so I am so glad I bought this book, y'all. I'm just gonna I can't show you everything because you gotta be one of my patrons to get that flip through. Praise the Lord. But just look at this. These images, oh my gosh. There's even a little where that girl at? I should have marked her page. Little Indian girl in here somewhere. Oh, not Indian. What was she? Yeah, Egyptian. She's Egyptian. And this is the Pineapple Princess. I just like her hair. I was like, man, look how this Asian person drew them braids. Like, they killed that. The eyes, this book is beautiful. So I am really glad that I got this. And then look at the cover without, look, y'all. And it's like, I don't even know what to say. This book is just pretty. I like pretty things, and this is a clear example of something I mean when I say I like pretty. So that was why I got this, only because I like the outside, and I have no regrets, even though I couldn't look at it while I was in the store because it was in plastic. Once I got to my room, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I got this. So yeah, I still need to really sit with it and look through all the images. I flipped the pages in Japan, and I saw that girl with the braids, and I said, oh, I'm keeping it. So those are the books I got, y'all. And then last thing I'm going to show you is my pens and patches, which is not that many. It's just what's in this bag. So, I have a plan to decorate, actually as a class, one of my 10 covers, and I wanted to show them step by step my process. And so I knew that going to Japan. And so now that I'm back, I have the materials to do that with. And so I intentionally brought things that I could use for that purpose. So let's see, let me just sort all this stuff real quick. Okay, so these these are, why was this in here? Oh my gosh, Deborah, did you see the patches at Rainbow Holic? I think I bought all of them. I have all of them, I think. And I forgot one, which I need to check on. I forgot to get the phone. So I went back and just ordered the phone. Because, no, I needed that too. I took a picture with a phone in Japan. But these are little paper clips or book, oh gosh, you can clip them to pages in your journal, planner, notebook, or whatever, but they look like the paper clip outside of Itoya. And so, yeah, I got that 7-Eleven, girl. Yes, I love that 7-Eleven. I got this pen just because I like birds. And then, you know, I had to get Manny a little clip for his his stuff. So he got 3 cousins now. And then, no, I haven't gone. Yeah, girl. Ooh, child. I hope she still got some stuff you can look at over there. Because I had to get it. I bought my stuff while on the way back to Japan or back to America. Because I was like, by the time I get home, these are going to be sold out. I don't think they are. But I didn't want to lose out on the ones that I thought would be popular. So here's another pen of a bear. Just got that to represent Manny. And then this pen I actually bought to share with Ayaka. So we were at Tokyo Disney together. She got what was over here? It was a piece of chocolate. It looked like it came out this chocolate box. And so I asked her which one she wanted. She took that pen, and I'm keeping this one. So that was just to commemorate us going to Disney. And then I got these pens. These are very popular in Japan because I got these at Tokyo Hans, I think. And I started seeing them at other places that sold stationery. So I was like, oh, this must be a thing here. So they sell these pens that you can give to people to recognize them for some attribute that they have. So like this one says fashionista and effort maker. I got those for me. I also bought my husband one that says super chef. And I got one for a friend that said something different that I cannot remember right now because I already sorted some of the stuff that I need to send out. But they had like 8 different pens in that store that I went to, and they weren't very expensive. So they're called My Award pens. And then this one I just liked. Oh my gosh, this is my mantra, especially at work. It says negative thoughts, and it is a shredder. This pen is the definition of me. Oh my gosh. And then this one was given to me. Was it Alice? Yes, I think it was Alice. So remember I told y'all I have a new obsession with Mizutama. So she found this Mizutama Hello Kitty combo clip, or I think she got it in a Gachapon ball, and she said, when this came out, I thought of you and I wanted to give it to you. I said, oh girl, thank you. So now I have this pen from Alice, and then last but not least for the pens, I got this just for my 20-year anniversary with my hubby. I thought it was cute, and so, you know, Mickey and Minnie, me and him, I just thought this was cute to potentially commemorate our 20-year anniversary in August. So that's what I bought this for. I don't know what I'm putting them pens on right now. None of these pens, honestly. But I have them for when I'm ready. And then last but not least, I have these are the patches I got in Japan. I do have, I'm sitting up here looking right now, like where did I put Kyla's pins? I think I put them somewhere right after I did my little class. But if you go to Rainbow Holics Instagram, you all those patches that she just released, I think I got all of them. But I also got these in Japan. This one, they just both say Japan. One has Mount Fuji, one has the flag behind it. This is a swan. The swan has a lot of personal significance to me because this was a story that my dad used to read me when I was growing up, and he also used to tell me that I was one day going to be this beautiful swan because I did not have the best self-esteem growing up. And so I like swans. And then also, these are some more Japan pouches: Sushi, Mount Fuji, and Toy Gates. They just stapled these on here, y'all. They were not playing with us. They were like, we know you want this. We just need to adhere it to the paper. And then this one, which I'm going to keep the backing for to use in my journal. These are 2 noodle patches. So I got this before I knew that we were going to the cup noodle factory, or museum rather. And so I'm glad that I ended up picking this up. Because at first I was like, I don't need a patch of a cup of noodles. But I didn't realize we were going to the museum. So I'm glad I picked that up. And they weren't expensive, which is why I ended up doing so. And then I got ramen because there's no ramen like the ramen in Japan. And I just wanted a patch to commemorate that I had ramen there. So that's it for tonight, y'all. That's all this, like there's a lot of stuff, ain't it? But it makes me happy. As my husband said, it pleases me because he one day when I was gone, when I was away, and you know I was away for 2 weeks. My husband is not used to me being away from him that long. We usually go to the gym together in the mornings, and someone asked him, you know, where I was, and they noticed I wasn't with them, and he said, oh, she's in Japan, blah, blah, blah. He said the person looked at him kind of funny and was like, why is she in Japan? And I mean, I don't know what the spirit of the person was when they said it or whatever. I have encountered some people who question why I would go to Japan. Same way they question why I went to Kansas, why I've gone to Washington. Like, they just always have these questions as if, like, why are you traveling? And so my husband said, he responded to them and said, because it pleases her. I was like, between the two of us, our mouths or something else. But he just wanted that person to know she doesn't have to have a reason for being in Japan. That was essentially what he was saying. If she's happy doing it, that's why she's there. There's nothing else to explain to you. And so he was like, oh, he said the person kind of responded like, oh, okay. Yeah, because what do you mean, why am I there? Why wouldn't you go if you had the opportunity? So, anyways, said all that to say that, you know, all of these things that I bring back, they make me happy. Traveling there, it makes me happy. Sharing time with my teacher there and learning the language, it makes me happy. Am I going to get a job where I have to speak Japanese? Probably not, but still, I am a teacher and I'm a lifelong learner. I called my students scholars because what that meant to me is that you should never stop learning. And I always want to be an example of that. So, just like I'm learning this physics machine that cut up my hands tonight. So, said all that to say, I hope that you've been enjoying this series. I really appreciate the people who've been commenting and letting me know. There's some people, they can't always make the actual live, and they'll come back later and say, girl, I really enjoy these videos. And I really appreciate that because I didn't know where this was going. I didn't know how I was going to get it done. And it's a little bit Deborah's fault because at first I was just going to take this big picture of all the stuff in the luggage like Paula did, or she did hers on the bed. I try to keep my home out of my social media posts because People are weird. Not even like weird like they come into my house, but weird like they start being jealous of things that they don't even understand or fully see or know. And I'm not one for perpetrating like I got it like that or anything online, but like if somebody sees something they don't have, then now all of a sudden you think I think something about myself, and no, I just really wanted to a place big enough to put out all my souvenirs. So I don't even invite that into my life. No one knows nothing like that about me, and I don't share my marriage. I don't share a lot of things. And that is to keep that sacred. I pray over those things, and I don't take what I ask God to hold and just throw it out there to the world all willy-nilly. So um thanks for sharing, Queen. Oh, I'm so glad you smiled, Deborah. I love you so much, girly. I'm still praying for you. But yes, you are the sole reason why I did all these lives. So I think I got one more tomorrow. And I should be kind of done. I was debating on whether or not I should share my gift from Ayaka, and I had gotten like a couple of little gifts from people when I went to Japan, because I told everybody I'm coming, y'all, and they got ready for me, which I appreciate. So I might share that too, maybe on Sunday. But otherwise, we're winding down, y'all. I have really enjoyed this time with you. I'm going to have to figure out some other things that I can come on here and do with y'all, because I don't want this to end just because I'm home now and there's no more souvenirs. So I'll brainstorm that and keep y'all updated. But yes, keep what's precious close. You got it, Esther. Nope. I asked God to cover it, bless it, and keep it. So that means I need to keep it too. Yeah, y'all can talk about me all day long. I don't care, because you can't touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. Praise the Lord. But, God will handle that. I ain't worried about people talking about me. But when you start, like, trying to put that on my husband, my home, my car, my job, stuff like that, you ain't getting no access to that. So, yeah, I'm not. That's why I don't like when people call me an influencer, because I don't really feel like, the only thing I might be influencing people to do is buy stuff. But like a true influencer to me is somebody that's kind of like showing off everything they have in their life. I don't do that. It's not necessary. Do you want these stickers? Here's where I got them. Here's how I use them. That's all y'all getting from me. Oh, but anyway, y'all, I love you. I'm rambling now. I just wanted to say that, and hope you have a great rest of the week. And I will see you at some point tomorrow. Love y'all very much. Thanks for joining. Bye.